All right, guys, let's talk The Invisible Man. Whew, whew, whew. This was a fun movie to sit through, let me tell you. And I got to be honest, I was already looking forward to it. I have not seen the original, if I can speak. I've never seen the original Invisible Man, but I've seen a movie called Hollow Man, and I know that has no connection here whatsoever. But I just had to say, when I saw the trailer for this, I thought, is this a Hollow Man reboot? Forgetting about Invisible Man, the original, I had forgotten about that for a second because it looked more Hollow Man-esque. But at the same time, I was very intrigued still by the idea of invisibility, the idea that somebody could program such a concept. I know it's not a thing, but it's the idea that this could potentially be a thing, and that is really exciting and also scary. And I love Elisabeth Moss, and Lee Wanell is helming it. So I thought the whole team behind it, I was looking very forward to it. So now that I've seen it, I can say that I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't think it was an amazing film, but I definitely took away a lot of fun things about it. And me and the audience that I sat with, I mean, we were jumping and screaming and hollering, and we had a great time. And I think the energy that you feed off with the audience around you also kind of makes the movie-going experience even more worthwhile. So I definitely had that going. And I gotta say, I think mostly why this movie works so well, other than good direction, is Elisabeth Moss. I've always really enjoyed her work just over the last few years, especially on Handmaid's Tale. If you haven't seen that show, please watch it. There's a little side plug for you. Check out that show. She just does a fascinating job. She knows how to emote well. You really respond to her and you connect and you feel so sorry for everything she's going through. For what the trailer already suggests for you as a viewer, she's in an abusive relationship. She's trying to get out of it. And the second she does, she's informed that her significant other has killed himself, which she, of course, is hesitant and doesn't buy that for 1 second because she knows him too well. She knows him better than anybody and knows that he wouldn't do something like that. And that she knows he's a brilliant man, which makes it even scarier to think that he could be doing something else to find her. Not only that, he also told her this, wherever you go, I'll find you and you'll never be able to see me. That has to be a very frightening thing for a partner to tell you, especially when you're in a domestic abusive relationship. So watching that and just seeing how she was able to convey all that emotion while being in this movie that's supposed to just, be more for pop scare and, creepiness, she brought a lot of emotion to her character, which I very much appreciated, because in horror movies we very rarely get sides of that. And if anyone can do it better, I think Elisabeth Moss is perfect. So the acting is great. Aldous Hodge does a nice job. There's a lot of fun performances by other people in this movie, but the standout will be Elisabeth. And I gotta say though, in terms of just some of the scares and the way he is able to creep up, were pretty frightening. Those were some of the best moments in the theater, that. And I know that's the idea, is that they want you to jump, but I love that the build up, even though sometimes you might be plugging your ear because you don't want the really loud audio to blare, how most jump scare horror movies do, which is so annoying. And of course you're jumping, but not because it's more scary that it was so loud, but there were moments where you expected that to happen and it didn't, and then when it did, you're like, damn it! And you jumped, but you knew that was a good trick. And so, again, there are a lot of those moments, and then there are moments that will take you so off guard. There's a moment in this movie, and I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, I might spoil just a small, a little bit for you, okay? It takes place in a restaurant. That's all I'm going to say. There's a restaurant scene, and something happens, and me and my friend and the whole audience were just like, oh! We saw none of that coming, and it was a really good reaction. It was a really thrilling surprise. So I'll leave that there. Look out for that. I'm sorry. I really had a lot of fun with this movie. Again, I don't think it's the best movie ever made. There were moments I did had some issues with certain character decisions where people overreacted with a consequence or an issue, and I just thought it was a little silly. I understand it's a movie, they have to stretch out the plot a little bit, but certain decisions I would have tried to overlook, or not overlook, excuse me, certain decisions I would have tried to have fixed or have tweaked had I been the one helming that. But I still will overlook those little flaws because I think this movie is still worth your time. It's a fun time at the movies. Take a friend, take a partner, take somebody with you. It is very entertaining. And by the end of it, even though it's not the most climactic ending, I was still pretty content with the way the film concluded. So I definitely say see this movie. See it again. Don't see it by yourself. I think it's something worth watching with someone else. But definitely check it out. If you miss it at the theater, that's okay too. Check it out when it comes home, or when it comes to your screen. But if you are bored and you need a film to watch, I mean, there's not a lot of action happening at the end of February, so this is perfect timing for you to go see that one big release that will come out at the end of the month. Check out The Invisible Man. It's a really good time. And Elisabeth Moss, you're killing it. Yeah, that's my review for The Invisible Man. I hope you enjoy it. If you've seen it already, please comment below. If you plan on seeing it, let me know what you think when you have. And thank you guys as always for checking out these reviews. I really appreciate it when you do. And yeah, if you like these reviews and you look forward to more, please click that subscribe button so you never miss one of them. And I can't wait to talk to you about the next one. All right, guys, I'll catch you next time.